starts right now.
One suspect dead after San Antonio police shot him. What led officers to the suspect and what the police chief is saying about his history.
The South Texas heat has been relentless. Some have had it worse than others. How businesses up in New Braunfels say the heat is impacting their bottom line.
Although she's not here, I am, and I will never stop. I will make sure her legacy continues, and I will always fight for her.
Remembering their names and their loved ones, a special tribute for the mother of one of the Robb Elementary shooting victims. But first, tonight, a suspect is dead at the hands of San Antonio police. The 27-year-old was killed near Prestwick and South Cross. He's the third person that San Antonio police shot and killed in less than a week. Tonight, the police chief sharing something we've heard before. He says that man was, quote, a violent individual who should have been in jail. As the night team's Avery Everett reports, police were watching that suspect.
We've got a lot of investigative work to do before we figure out exactly what happened.
San Antonio police are investigating a deadly shooting on the southeast side where officers shot and killed a man they say may have shot at them. Chief William McManus says that suspect had 4 aggravated robbery warrants.
He is a violent individual. He should have been in jail.
That man has yet to be identified, but Chief McManus says he allegedly committed a robbery last night and 2 more this morning.
But this individual has a lengthy history with police.
SAPD says robbery units followed that man for hours. That's when Chief McManus says the suspect, quote, may have shot at officers.
In this case, the suspect, we understand, he had a weapon, we know, and we understand that he was pulling that weapon, which prompted the officers to protect themselves.
This marks the 3rd suspect SAPD officers have shot in the last week.
The officers' actions in these types of situations are predicated on the actions of the suspect.
No officers were injured tonight, but Chief McManus says there's more to be investigated.
Chief McManus says it appears that man shot at officers, and I asked for clarification as to what appears means. He said he couldn't give that to us at this time, only knowing that the man had a weapon and that he was pulling it. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
In just a few hours, all eyes will be on Austin as the impeachment trial begins for suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton. He's accused of repeatedly abusing his office. Months ago, the State House of Representatives impeached him on 20 articles, including constitutional bribery and obstruction of justice. Nearly 4,000 pages of evidence have been published, and both sides are now ready for trial. But a reminder, this trial, unlike most trials you're familiar with. Yeah, one of the key differences is that this trial is not going to have an actual judge. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who doesn't have a law degree, is going to be overseeing this trial.
The lieutenant governor is not a lawyer, and he will be making initial decisions with regard to whether to admit or exclude evidence that can be overridden by the Senate. It certainly places the lieutenant governor in a very interesting position. He, I think, doesn't want to be perceived as biased for one side or the other. And here are some of the main rules for the trial. Paxton's wife, Senator Angela Paxton, can attend, but she will not be able to participate in any deliberations or closed sessions. First, the House impeachment managers will present evidence, and then the senators will separately present evidence on each article of impeachment. So if 2/3 accept an article, it's going to count as a conviction. And if that happens, senators can then vote to remove Paxton from office. We're going to bring you full coverage as testimony gets underway tomorrow. And right on our website, we're going to break down how the trial will operate. Actually, you can find that article right now. It's on KSAT.com. Back here closer to home, budget work continues this week for Bexar County and the city of San Antonio. Both governments scheduled to approve their 2024 budgets next week. San Antonio voters can still have their say on the city's $3.7 billion budget proposal. The city will host a town hall meeting tomorrow night at the Copernicus Community Center. That'll start at 6:30. A public hearing also scheduled for Thursday morning at 9 in council chambers. The final vote on the 2024 fiscal year budget scheduled for Thursday, September 24th. Meanwhile, for the county, commissioners will hold their next budget workshop meeting this Wednesday. They're scheduled to vote on a nearly $3 billion proposal next Tuesday, September 12th. Tonight, a woman is in the hospital with gunshot wounds. Police are still trying to figure out who did it.
Police say that woman was driving on Culebra Road late last night when a bullet came right through her door and hit her in both her legs. Now, 2 other men were in the truck with her when it happened, but they weren't hurt. So it's been a busy, and we mean busy, 24 hours for San Antonio firefighters. Those are 4 different places where crews were battling flames.
Most recently, this was the scene just a few hours ago at Shadywood Lane, not far from Oblate Drive and 281. Up to 36 fire units were on the scene at one point. Traffic being diverted away from that area. No one was hurt. It's still not clear what sparked those flames.
So just minutes before that fire, crews went to that fire, this one right here at West Travis and North Murray Street. Firefighters took about 20 minutes to knock out those flames, and nobody was hurt. And just before 6:30 this morning, this is what it looked like at an apartment complex on West Summit Avenue. 2 apartment units were heavily damaged, and everyone who lived in them just lost their home. Investigators think that this fire started by accident.
And finally, just about 3 hours before that, firefighters arrived at this abandoned house on Creighton Avenue over on the southwest side near Dwight Middle School. They say the fire ruined this home. No one injured. Crews believe the fire started in the attic, but they don't know what started it. Busy night.
Yeah, and those are structure fires. Wildfire danger is still very high around here, high to very high category across our area because of the very dry conditions that we have. I mean, we're talking extreme drought, low relative humidity in the afternoon, and even some gusty winds at times, especially late afternoon, early evening. So particularly north of San Antonio, the very high fire danger tomorrow. Locally, it's at that high category. So that's for any grass fires, brush fires, or wildfires. Some tips to always keep in the back of your mind. Avoid using tools that create sparks around those dry areas. Dispose of cigarettes properly. And another one people don't often think of, don't drag your trailer chains. Those safety chains, they can create sparks, and that can lead to some issues. We're going to talk about a glimmer of hope for rain in just a bit.
All right, Adam, we'll see you then. It has now been almost a week since Hurricane Idalia wrecked Florida's Gulf Coast, and people there just starting the long road to recovery. This morning, at least 39,000 homes and businesses were still without power. Governor Ron DeSantis stressing that his crews and volunteers from across the nation are all working around the clock to help people get back on their feet.
Now, meanwhile, one of our own Red Cross volunteers was part of the first wave of responders in Florida before Hurricane Idalia made landfall. Stephen Wheeler is a mass care coordinator for the San Antonio and South Texas Red Cross. He's also a 27-year Coast Guard veteran and a native Floridian who lost his own home 18 years ago during Hurricane Wilma. He says that while some areas do have power again, a lot of people are still in the dark. So those people, thankfully, right now are getting help.
For basic services like calling 911. And if your phone isn't charged, you can't do that. So now we're transitioning into the phase where we're going out to the communities with these mobile operation vans that are basically recharging stations with up to 50 outlets on them.
Although a typical Red Cross deployment is about 2 weeks long, Stephen tells us that he's going to stay in Florida as long as they need him. In other news now, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden has COVID. Just 2 hours ago, the White House announced that she tested positive for the virus. A spokesperson for the First Lady says that she's only experiencing mild symptoms. Right now, she's recovering at her home in Delaware. As for President Biden, the White House says that he tested negative for COVID. His doctors are going to keep testing him this week and make sure that he's not showing any symptoms. So let's go now to your Nightbeat news flash. Partygoers at the Burning Man Festival leaving after being stranded for days. An unusual late summer storm turned the week-long party into a mess, a muddy mess. Thousands of people were stuck in foot-deep mud. Oh, and the toilets weren't working either. One man actually died during the event, but organizers say that it wasn't because of the weather. 23 people recovering tonight after a car smashed into a Houston area Denny's restaurant this morning. Happened in the town of Rosenberg, which is southwest of Houston, just past Sugar Land. Police there say that some of the people there have severe injuries. Amazingly, the driver wasn't hurt. Steve Harwell, the former lead singer of the rock group Smash Mouth, has died at the age of 56. The band's manager said the singer passed away at his home in Boise, Idaho today. Harwell had recently entered hospice care for liver failure. He was a co-founder of Smash Mouth. The band's hits include All Star and I'm a Believer. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Now, a heartwarming moment for the mother of a Robb Elementary shooting victim, Maite Rodriguez.
That's right. During their San Antonio show this past weekend, the popular Mexican pop rock band called Maná, they called Ana Coronado up to the stage. Watch.
As you can imagine, pretty big surprise for her. Also emotional and grateful. She said, any honor like this just brings more attention to her fight for change.
Yeah, Coronado also spent time with Maná behind the scenes, and we know that it was a good experience. Look at that.
The South Texas sun has not been kind this summer. We spoke with some New Braunfels area business owners who say the heat is bad for business. When we come back. Labor Day, typically the last holiday weekend that people spend soaking up the sun's rays, but this year people mostly just want summer to be over.
They're over it. That's because the extreme heat has taken a toll on businesses that depend on summer tourism. It's just too hot. The Night Team's Patty Santos takes us to New Braunfels, where business owners are coming up with a plan to make up for a slow summer.
We are the busiest by far on Saturday and Sunday. Our busiest months are June, July, and August.
Dennis and Jennifer Wilson are the owners of several New Braunfels businesses, including the Smith's Bed and Breakfast. For them, the triple-digit heat and drought have not been great for business.
With our vacation rental bookings, they have been very last-minute bookings.
It's quite a change from a record-breaking summer in 2022.
Up until spring break, we were matching record-breaking last year.
President and CEO of the New Braunfels Chamber, Jonathan Packer, says people simply aren't jumping at the opportunity to go outside. The Chamber is tracking a drop of 3 to 4% in hotel occupancy this summer. Dining, the water park, and river shops all depend on tourists who stay to play.
But it's still been a busy summer, just not as busy as it can be when the weather's a little more favorable.
With the summer dwindling down, all these businesses are looking to what's ahead.
Just with all the festivals, we have the Comal County Fair coming up, in which we have a lot of people come in town for just the parade because it comes right downtown.
Dia de los Muertos Festival, Worst Fest, end-of-year holidays. New Braunfels business owners say they're ready to roll with it.
We've been in town for 20 years, so we've seen it up and down, and I've given up on trying to predict.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
So now I have a question for you. How did you spend your Labor Day?
Well, we worked, but hopefully some of you got out there. We visited some of the city parks to talk with San Antonians about how they spent their holiday off.
Typically, I stay out of the heat, but my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband convinced us to go out fishing today, so we are bearing the heat, hoping we can catch something.
Today it was to take the little boys to the zoo because they're always asking to go to the zoo, and it was an $8 day, so perfect timing.
I mean, it's just nice, you know, being off and getting the chance to spend more time with my family, and, you know, just a nice little break.
We're usually off on Mondays, but being that it's Labor Day, we went ahead and opened because it's going to be very busy here. A lot of people barbecuing, hanging out with the family, they're off. A lot of kids. Kids are our biggest clientele, so that's why we're here.
Yeah, you go where the people are. Now, Labor Day may be the symbolic end of summer, but it did not feel like it if you were outside today. Although right now it is 89 degrees out there. Here's a live cam just giving us a view of our beautiful city. But yeah, Adam, 89 degrees out there right now, but still looking at triple digits.
And it's super sticky out there as well because the breeze came in off the Gulf of Mexico. If you're outside, you may have noticed that wind pick up a little bit, and then the humidity spike again. So it's sticky, and it's going to be first thing in the morning. Let's talk temperatures. 101 is what we're expecting tomorrow. Same thing Wednesday, low 100s the rest of this week for afternoon highs. And we may see a little dip by a few degrees into next week. That really hinges on a potential shift in our weather pattern and maybe a few showers. But I do want to point out Thursday and Friday, we are predicting record high temperatures. Now, speaking of records, tomorrow is actually the anniversary of the all-time hottest air temperature recorded in San Antonio of 111 degrees back in the year 2000. We're not going to be repeating that, at least. Take a look at the satellite and radar. Let's talk about the pattern. We actually had some good rain in East Texas earlier today, especially into parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and points northward. But it was nice to see some shower activity in at least parts of the Lone Star State. This dip in the upper level flow, that upper level disturbance, it's moving on out of here, wasn't close enough to us to bring us any rain. And actually the Big Blue H right now over northern Mexico, it's going to be sliding back into place, influencing our weather, pushing down on us and keeping us sunny and dry again the rest of this week. But I mentioned that subtle shift in our pattern by this time next week. That upper high moves back over northwestern Mexico and southern Arizona. In turn, we've got this northerly steering flow aloft, and that opens the door for some disturbances. Do I think we'll have anything big or major? No, but there is at least the possibility of turning some instability in the atmosphere into a few afternoon showers and storms. So a 10 to 20% chance on Sunday and Monday in terms of rain. So nothing significant, but a little glimmer of hope, and this could mean more changes ahead too as we go down the line. Highs today across the state largely triple digits, with the exception of where we had the showers, Houston up to Tyler. Otherwise, we were in the 100s today. 102 Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, and Laredo, the hot spots at 105. New Braunfels, Gonzales, 104. Now today in San Antonio, 102. That's our 68th 100-degree day so far this year. We continue to tally them up and pile them on. The average high is 93. The record for today, 109. The record tomorrow, 111, the all-time record. Let's look at the tropics quickly, because as we learned last week from the tropical storm, we could use some of the moisture from these systems. Well, there's one that's very likely to develop into our next tropical system, tropical cyclone, as it moves westward. And right now, the computer models have it between Puerto Rico and Bermuda, far east of the Bahamas and Miami by this time next week. So that's something we'll be watching, and we'll keep you updated. Otherwise, waking up tomorrow, back to the bus stop, 78 degrees, some low clouds early again. They're already forming outside, and very sticky to start the day. You'll notice that humidity for sure. Then by the afternoon, we get into the low 100s, 101 the high temperature in San Antonio and Canyon Lake, Comfort 100, Pleasanton, Floresville 102, and Stinson on the south side 101. But at least by that time of day, our dew points fall off. The drier air mixes down again, and so we get that break from the extreme mugginess. And I like to mention that because let's think back to June, when we weren't so fortunate to have that standard trend every day, when it was hot and sticky all day long. So at least we're seeing that kind of a break.
This is true. Thank you.
All right, Mary, the long wait is over. NFL football returns this week.
Can you believe it? It's week 1. We have all kinds of football this upcoming weekend. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fans, you're hearing everything that you want ahead of Sunday's NFL primetime opener. Plus, our big game coverage of the week is an exciting one. The details coming up.
It was awesome. I was overcome with pretty much every emotion. Just happy. Just happy it all paid off. This is a dream come true, and I've thought of this since I was very young. So just to actually see it come to fruition is awesome.
From undrafted to one of the highest paid tackles in the NFL, Terrence Steele is locked in for 5 years, putting ink to paper on the contract of his dreams 1 week before the season begins. It's time for Big Board Sports.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Week 1 of the 2023 NFL season is now. The Dallas Cowboys have an immediate divisional clash against the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium on Sunday night. And from when training camp started to now, the Cowboys have said everything fans want to hear, like setting the expectation as high as winning the Super Bowl, Dak vowing to limit turnovers, and today head coach Mike McCarthy calling this year's group the most competitive he's experienced.
I think the competitive spirit of the team is higher than I've ever seen it in my 4 years here. I thought last year we hit the standard we needed to. I thought we were up and down at 21. 2020 is a little bit of a blur because there was so much that went on that year. So I think the competitive spirit of the team, you can see it from day one in training camp, and they've been very, very consistent with it.
The Cowboys are favorited in the primetime clash with the Giants. At noon on Sunday, when the Houston Texans kick off against Baltimore at M&T Stadium, DeMeco Ryans will make his head coaching debut. Ryans trying to turn the Houston franchise around after 3 straight seasons of losing records, and he will do it with rookie QB C.J. Stroud guiding the offense.
The number one thing for me with a rookie quarterback is to not make it a big deal mentally. I think a lot of rookies come in and you can be consumed and overwhelmed with their job, but I think for any rookie, right, you have to have good help amongst those other guys who are out there with you, and it's being surrounded with good help. Don't make the game bigger than what it is. Go out and do what got you here, and that's playing, good football and making great decisions with the football.
All right, the storylines surrounding our big game coverage game of the week are inspiring. It's a District 14 5A D2 showdown between Sam Houston and Jefferson. On one side, Sam Houston treating this one like a playoff game, especially after losing their district opener on Saturday. On the other side, Jefferson is red hot to start the year. Starting with the Hurricanes, the squad is coming off of a Week 2 loss that saw Sam Houston carry a 13-7 lead at halftime, but Burbank came back in the second half to defeat Sam Houston 21-13. But as Coach Williams preaches to his group, in each loss, there's a lesson. The Hurricanes have moved on, and the focus is on getting a bounce-back road win versus Jefferson.
Kind of beat ourselves, and that's something you can't do in district play at all. So we just got to bounce back, man, and get back to work like we are this morning.
As for Jeff, the Mustangs own a 2-0 record with wins over Uvalde and district foe Lanier. In the most recent meeting between the two programs, Sam Houston won 40-21, and that one still lingers.
Honestly, yeah, it is a big game. Last year, they did us very dirty, and I took it to heart, especially our seniors, because we played very hard for them, and I wanted them to have a winning season, and it wasn't what we expected. So this year, we're coming with a lot of vengeance, and we're hoping to really basically spin back for class of 2023 and 2022. We're here to get vengeance for them.
Kickoff is this Friday, 7 o'clock. We'll have the highlights coming up after the break. MLB. 10 combined home runs featured in the first game of a 3-game Lone Star Series showdown between the Rangers and Astros. Bottom of the first, Corey Seager hits a 2-run home run to right center for the early Rangers lead. Houston breaks its silence in the 5th inning. Alex Bregman with a 2 RBI single to center ties the game. Trouble in the top of the 7th for the Texas bullpen. 1-run game, Yanir Diaz sends a 3-run shot out of the park. Let's see how this one played out. Again, Astros win 13-6, now tied for first in the division with Seattle. Game 2 is tomorrow with first pitch slated at 7:05. Last night, the Indiana Fever took down the 20-win Dallas Wings in overtime, 97-84. The upset win fueled by a historic performance from duo Melissa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell, both combined for 30 points in the game, the first duo to accomplish that in Fever franchise history. Ever since Melissa Smith came back from injury, the Fever have been on the up, so big credit to her.
Big night.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after this.
I always admire the barbecue pit in that last shot. Had a good brisket on that this weekend. We need some rain, though, obviously. Look at the drought monitor.
Yeah, no joke. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.